know you're in there. I can hear the music. Amber, it's Lee.
Hi.
Hi. Well, may I be permitted to view the body?
Very funny.
May I?
Why not?
Well, this explains why I got a busy signal all day.
Brilliant observation.
Okay. Why?
I didn't want to be disturbed.
Looks to me as though you already are. What happened?
It looks like Stacy won, Lee. I think my mother and my father are back together again for good. And I don't think I need to elaborate on where that leaves you.
I'm glad you decided to accept my invitation, Stacy.
How could I turn it down? There's so much to celebrate.
Your table's ready now, Mr. Prescott.
Thank you.
This way.
What are you basing your assumption about Kate and Dave on?
It isn't an assumption. I saw them together this morning.
Oh?
At Stacy's apartment. I went over there because I was sick of the fighting and I wanted to see if we could maybe work out something.
And that's when you found Dave with Kate?
Yes. Set up by Stacy. I tell you, Lee, it was like they had just come home from a honeymoon trip or something. I am such a fool. I convinced myself that Stacy is harmless in what she's doing with them, and then I walk in on something like that.
And I take it what followed wasn't very pleasant.
Oh, it was a regular family reunion. Mother started out by telling us all that we hadn't been together in the same room in so many years. Cage would have been more appropriate, the way we were at each other's throats from then on.
You know, there's not much that can be solved in a screaming match.
Situation can't be solved anyway. It's over. We've lost, Lee.
So that's it. You give up just like that?
Not just like that.
And you expect me to give up as well?
Whatever you do is your business. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
You know, you deserve to be sitting in a dark room listening to gloomy music.
Look, I don't need this. I've heard this all morning.
You know what your problem is, Amber?
Probably better than you do.
You make too many decisions for other people. I don't want to give up on Kate, and I don't intend to.
Like I said, it's your choice.
I don't even care if they've set a date for remarriage. As long as they're not, I still have a chance.
That's just a politician talking. I'm really sick of it, you know.
Amber, I need your help.
Sorry, I'm fresh out. I severed ties with my family. If they want to walk down the path to self-destruction, let them do it alone.
But I can't get Kate back without you. Oh, come on, Amber. It's too early to give up. Besides, that isn't like you.
Why can't you do it without my help?
Because you're my ally. You're the only person who can get close enough to Kate to give information on every move that Dave makes so that I can counter it. I need you, Amber. Besides, I think you love your mother so much that you wouldn't want to stop protecting her interests.
With no thought of your own interest, right?
Well, I do have an interest of my own.
I don't like the idea of crawling back to them.
You haven't crawled a day in your life, so why should you want to start now?
Well, I guess it's all just a matter of style. I suppose that anything's better than giving Dave another chance to set us all up again, right? What are you smiling at?
Oh, nothing.
You knew what my answer would be all along, didn't you?
Well, let's just say that I know how much you hate your father, and I just thought I'd let nature take its course. You're in the battle, then?
That's a very good way of putting it.
I don't suppose that you would be free for supper tonight.
Yes, I am.
Good.
Gil and I had reservations at the King's Arms, which we won't be able to use now, and I don't want to talk about it. Why don't we just go there?
Well, that sounds fine. But you know you're not going to get through the evening without telling me what's going on between you two.
It's more like what's not going on. I'll be just a minute.
What should I do, Anne? I feel as if I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. Sign squashed in Kansas City. Dear Squash.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to compare my answer to her advice. Now, let me see. I would probably say, get off your caboose and go find a job. First things first, you know. Okay.
Dear Squashed, your sister's right. You owe her the $500.
Oh.
Quit griping and start pounding the pavement in search of gainful employment. Once you pay her back, you'll be surprised how quickly everything else will fall into place.
Oh,
You were right.
well, I usually am.
I intend to pay you back for all of this, just as soon as I get a job. You know, I'll write you a
Oh,
check.
honey, in good time.
No, I mean it. I do.
Oh, I know you do. Sweetheart, would you get that? My hands are feeling kind of
Yeah,
oily.
sure. Hello?
Is this the Redlands?
Yes?
I own Redlands?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to speak to her, please. This is Charles Carpenter.
Just a moment, please. It's Charles Carpenter.
Oh. Honey, you want to take care of those muffins and see that they don't burn in the stove for me,
Sure.
please? Thank you. Hello.
That was Nancy Lawson, wasn't it?
And if it was?
Well, what's she doing over there?
Well, frankly, Mr. Carpenter, that's none of your business. Why are you calling?
Mrs. Redland, do you take in every stray cat in Kingsley?
That's none of your business. Now, why are you calling?
Well, I simply don't want my grandson exposed to people like that. It's bad enough that he's living in the ghetto.
Well, since he's not living here for the moment, why don't you just relax?
Relax. You have no idea of the anguish I go through.
Well, if it'll give you some peace, Mr. Carpenter, Miriam called earlier today, and she'll be coming home sometime this week.
When?
Well, now, she wasn't specific.
What you mean is that you are not being specific.
Now, I say what I mean. Now, if that's not good enough for you, well,
Did she give you any indication at all of when?
none at all, but I can have her call you when she arrives, but I wouldn't count on that if I were you.
You can believe I won't count on it.
Well, I'll try to convince her.
Well, I won't hold my breath.
I can't deny how good I've been feeling lately. For the first time, my personal life is going as well as my professional one. Seeing Mom and Dad together like that this morning, it was different. There was a sense of permanence about it that even Amber couldn't destroy, and I like that.
Is their reconciliation all that you have to be happy about in your personal life?
No.
Do you have a reservation?
Well, in a way, under the name Prescott.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Prescott made reservations for himself and me, and unfortunately was unable to keep them.
Oh, but he did.
That's right.
I see.
Well, listen, maybe we ought to forget about it. Just go over to the ATM.
No, I want to eat here.
Amber, please.
Didn't you just convince me to get back into the battle for my mother's interests?
Yes, but I...
Well, consider this our first skirmish.
Is there another table available?
For you, Mr. Carruthers, of course.
Let's go, Lee.
Well, isn't this a coincidence?
Yes, isn't it?
Well, you're not going to sit over there, are you? Why don't you join us?
Stacy, please.
Actually, we have some business to discuss.
I see. Well, you'll be practically sitting with us anyway.
Yes, isn't that nice?
The waiter seems a bit impatient, so if you'll excuse us...
Of course.
Two scotches on the rocks, please.
Yes, sir.
Forgive me if I'm a bit presumptuous, but you seemed as though you could use it.
Thank you.
What is going on between you and Gil anyway?
Whatever we had is over. Details are really not important at this point.
Well, it seems you have severed a lot of ties lately.
Yes. But as long as Stacy is involved, all ties lead back to Mother.
It's nothing, really. Forget it.
A picture's worth 1,000 words, and one glance from Amber's worth 2,000. It's obviously not nothing, and I won't forget it. What's going on?
We officially called it quits this afternoon.
I was under the impression you decided that some time ago.
Well, you know, Amber, nothing is official until there's a round of fireworks.
She's had quite a day. First Mom, Dad, and me, and then you.
Lucky us.
Tell me, Gil, am I part of some plan or something? Did you know she was going to be here tonight?
No. We were supposed to have a date, but that was canceled because of our blowout.
Are you sure?
Yes, I wouldn't bring you out.
Because if you knew she'd show up here tonight, you were going to find that her fireworks are nothing compared to mine. I will not be used as a pawn in some game between you two.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't risk hurting you like that. And besides, she's not worth going to all that trouble for anyway.
Thought you were only going to be here for the one night.
Oh, I thought so too, but it just didn't work out that way.
Aren't we the lucky ones?
Barbara,
Yeah, none other.
could you come in here a minute, please?
Sure, sure. Of course, nobody could ever accuse you of not knowing a good thing when you saw it.
What's up? What do you call yourself doing?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Oh, Ione, come on. I can't pretend to be happy about this.
Oh, but you could pretend to be civil.
Come on, Ione, really.
You will. Or so help me, you'll pack your bags and you'll leave this house.
You're really serious, aren't you?
Very serious. You know me well enough to know that I don't invite anybody in this house to make someone else leave. Because I believe that everyone can live in a house together if they just try.
Okay, I'll try. So what's the story? How come she's still here?
Because she just has no place else to go.
What about her sister?
Well, we all thought this would be the best thing.
Sure.
Babs.
I didn't say a word. But I'll tell you one thing. She better pull her weight around here.
Oh, she will. Don't worry about it. Matter of fact, she's already been a big help.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Now, this ought to do it. Okay. Dinner's ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I couldn't have any, really.
Are you sick, honey?
So she's not hungry. Don't look at me.
Nancy! Nancy!
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, you all set?
All set?
It's still early. I'm open for suggestions if you have any.
There's a new Italian film at the Regency.
Subtitles?
Yes.
I'm not that open.
Okay, then. How about, coffee at my place?
Thought you never had.
Don't you suppose we should say goodnight?
Why?
If for no other reason than to make her angry.
Hockey players should play so tough.
Everything all right?
Delicious.
So, how is that business you were discussing?
Is that really any business of yours?
It is if it's newsworthy. Don't forget, your escort's a public figure. I tried to eavesdrop, but I couldn't hear a thing.
Wish I could say the same thing for yours.
Oh, you trying to hear our conversation?
No, I wasn't trying. No need to. You both made sure that you were loud enough so that I...
Oh, I wasn't aware we were that loud. Were you, Gil?
No, I wasn't.
Well, it seems that you can certainly handle yourself when you have to change plans at a moment's notice.
I can't I?
And, of course, no ulterior motive as to the choice of your partner.
None.
You're both so incredible. You go to such lengths to prove such childish points.
You only think that because that's the way you behave. Don't assume your motives are ours. Good night, Lee.
Good night.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes, I'm in here, Mrs. Lucas.
shall I turn on the lights, sir?
No, no.
Well, if you don't need anything else, I think I'll retire.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Lucas. You know, it's degrading to get old, isn't it?
I beg your pardon, sir?
When I was younger, I kept a man from being elected to the United States Senate. Single-handedly, I almost ended his political career. There were some people who said that he might even be president one day. It takes real power. And now, I can't even convince my own daughter to let me see my only grandson. Good night, Mrs. Lucas.
Good night, sir.
Well, hi, stranger.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I don't suppose that monkey's been by here tonight, has he, Ma?
No, sweetheart, not today. What's wrong, Gene?
Well, I tried following him again, and he gave me the old slip.
Yeah, where?
Over on Lincoln. I swear, that boy is invisible. I tried following him through this alley, and when I got to the other side, he was gone.
Wow, you know, I saw something just like this once on the Twilight Zone. It was all about this guy that could make himself
Oh, Babs,
invisible.
honey, that's enough. Gene, do you think it's right for you to be trailing Monk around like he's a hardened criminal?
Mom, that is exactly what I'm trying to prove, that he's not.
Are those burglaries still going on?
Yes, and Brubaker's becoming even more suspicious. I tell you, Mom, he took Monk down to the station this morning and had him put in a lineup.
Well, obviously, he was okay because he's out walking around, right?
Right. I don't think he's involved with this stuff at all. But I know he's up to something. And I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I guess he feels like it's worth keeping a secret.
Ah, but it's a secret here in Chesterfield, not in your neighborhood. And that means that he can't be the cat burglar, doesn't it?
Well, it should, yes. Now all I have to do is find out what he's doing. In a way, I guess I'm afraid to find out what that is.
You know, we can go and see that foreign film if you really want to.
Your timing's perfect. If we left now, we might catch the last 10 minutes.
Empty gallantry, it's my specialty. But I really can't get hot about a film that I've got to read.
Well, I don't like films with Sylvester Stallone in them.
Clint Eastwood?
In a pinch.
We're safe then.
Well, I promised you some coffee.
We can't really pretend it didn't happen, Stacy.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. And it's bound to happen again. And I don't want to come away feeling the way I do now.
Well, how's that?
Angry and misunderstood.
Anger passes. After a while, you realize how foolish it is when it involves Amber. Who do you think misunderstands you?
You.
Is that an answer or a question?
You do believe I'm not trying to play some silly game with you, don't you?
Yes.
Could you say that a little more convincingly?
I believe you.
Thank you. I've been wanting to do that all night.
Have you?
You're not angry with me, are you?
Wouldn't have let you do that if I was.
And what am I getting from you then?
Mixed up?
About what?
Was any of that because of Amber?